Hey guys, so it is 4 AM at the moment and I've just got back from Batman vs Superman, and sorry for being in front of a toaster. I'm actually in my kitchen because everyone's asleep and things like that. So yeah, here we go. Basically, Batman vs Superman is incredible. Ignore the critics. By the way, this is going to have lots of spoilers in it, so if you don't want to know, click off the video right now, but please come back when you have seen it because I want to discuss some things about the film. Superman dies. Okay, so now you're aware that this is a spoiler video, and so you now go on at your own peril. Basically, I want to start off by saying Ben Affleck absolutely owns the role of Batman. He is by far the best Batman on screen that I've ever seen. I think that he is absolutely incredible. He is a Batman that is 20 years into his career. He's seen that crime just doesn't change. He describes it as weeds. You pick one up, you pull one out, and loads more grow underneath. So basically, he now adopts... he brands people with a bat brand. He kills people, and he openly admits that he is a criminal. Him and Alfred discuss the fact that actually, let's be honest, I'm a criminal, Alfred, and I always have been. And it's just an incredible kind of dynamic to see Batman in that kind of way. Superman, Henry Cavill does the role very well. You know, he's a solid role throughout. You do get the Bruce Wayne parents' death scene. It's actually the opening scene, but it is done very well. I know we've seen it to death, but they actually make it relevant. It's not just we've seen this and we've just got to see it again because Batman's in this film. It's actually relevant, and the relevance of that I'll come back to later. But yeah, the film literally kicks off with that death, then it goes to Bruce Wayne in the events of Man of Steel, where he sees just the damage that Superman can do even though he's trying to save the planet from General Zod. So that was really interesting to see. But let's dig into some bits that some people have really heavily critiqued. The first heavily critiqued part is basically how Flash, Aquaman and Cyborg are introduced. Well, the Flash is part of a nightmare sequence. Basically, the Flash comes back in time to basically tell Batman that he was right about Superman all along, that, you know, Superman will grow tired of humanity and will try to destroy humanity. And in the nightmare sequence, we learn that basically Superman in the future sides with Darkseid because Batman kills Lois Lane. So yeah, that happens and that looks absolutely fucking incredible, but the Flash comes back in time to basically try and get Batman to stop that from happening, and he instructs him to do that by telling him to kill Superman, whereas everything that led to that point seems to be Batman killing Lois Lane. So maybe you should just not kill Lois Lane. Tell Batman when he killed Lois Lane so he doesn't kill Lois Lane, you know what I'm saying? So who knows? But that was really cool. I loved the, although I'm critiquing it, I loved the nightmare sequence. I loved that the Flash was like being ripped through this portal and he was like, you were right about Superman the whole time, you were right, blah, blah, blah. It's so cool. But yeah, the other heroes, or metahumans as they're called in this, are basically Batman downloads some encrypted data from LexCorp, and basically they're looking into metahumans and they have data on Cyborg, on Aquaman, Wonder Woman and the Flash, and it's like CCTV footage and things like that, and basically essentially you see more of the Flash, you see Cyborg and you see Aquaman in an email. Batman emails Wonder Woman and she opens the attachments, and so people have been critiquing that they're kind of been shoehorned in, but at the same time, like, they haven't, because that was the whole point, that Batman downloaded the encrypted data and that just happened to be on there, you know, and that kind of leads into, okay, we need to find these people because Darkseid is coming and we need to stop that, you know. Also the trailer, if you've seen the trailer where Doomsday comes into it, you've essentially seen the film. Doomsday is in the final act. I don't think he's rushed into it. He's kind of built up over the course of the film. He is a mutation of General Zod using the existing Kryptonian ship, using the regeneration chamber and a bit of Lex Luthor's blood. Lex Luthor uses kryptonite to remove General Zod's fingertips, so he can then use fingerprints to take over the ship and stuff. And he's actually the one that sends the signal to Darkseid, the other side of the universe, using the Kryptonian ship, which basically means that Darkseid is coming. I'm just going to throw this other massive spoiler in there. Basically, yeah, Superman dies. Superman dies. And it is fucking epic. Superman takes a Kryptonian spear that Batman tried to kill him with earlier. I've really skipped a massive part. I'm so sorry. This will not be in chronological order. So Spider-Man... Superman's got this spear and he's like flying as hard as he can towards Doomsday. Pierces Doomsday, but Doomsday has regenerated his hand because it got cut off by Wonder Woman to be like this bone spear, and he fucking stabs Superman as Superman stabs him, and so like, oh, and then Superman like pulls him into him to push the spear through even more, and it's just like, oh, do you know what I mean? It's absolutely epic. Absolutely epic. And then yeah, Superman dies, Doomsday dies, and it's just like, whoa, holy shit. But let's backtrack. So Batman, using kryptonite in his weapons, basically hands Superman's ass to him. He really fucking gives him one and fucking beats the living shit out of Superman using kryptonite. And the whole reason they're fighting, obviously Batman wants to kill Superman because he thinks that he could turn on humanity at any point and destroy mankind. Superman, Lex Luthor, has taken Superman's mother and is basically saying, unless you bring me Batman's head, I'm going to kill your mother, right? So he has no choice. And Batman's about to kill Superman with the spear. He's defeated him, and he's like, I need you to save Martha, which is the name of Superman's mum. And he's like, why do you say that name? Why do you say that name? Because Martha is the name of Batman's mother as well. And in the very start of the film, this is why it's relevant, in the very start of the film, obviously his parents are murdered, and the last word that his father says is Martha to his mother. So basically, Superman's like, you have to save Martha, blah, 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 which then... And I bought it. I didn't think it was a weak reason for Batman to not want to kill Superman anymore. I completely bought it because you got to imagine being a child, seeing your mother die, living with that, knowing your father's last word was Martha, and then you were here in this emotional state where you're about to kill a man or an alien. And in this moment, he says your mother's name and to save her, you know, that kind of... I bought it. I don't know if you'd buy it, but I bought it and I thought it was pretty cool. And so then he goes and saves Superman's mum, and obviously Superman gets away from the kryptonite so he can heal. And then he goes after Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor's like, oh, if I need to kill a god, then the devil will do it. And then Doomsday comes along and wreaks absolute havoc, and Doomsday's done really well, and every time he's about to die, obviously he evolves, because that's kind of what Doomsday does. Superman actually dies twice in the film. He gets hit by a nuclear weapon whilst under the influence of kryptonite, because basically he flies because he knows that they're shooting nukes at him, he flies Doomsday up into space and then gets hit by a nuke, and then yeah, he's kind of all like fucked and stuff, like all dead, and then using the radiation from the sun, regenerates, goes back down, and then yeah, has the final fight with Doomsday. Wonder Woman shows up. She's pretty fucking badass, and yeah, basically they all fight Doomsday, and it's pretty fucking sweet. And then, like I say, Doomsday impales Superman as Superman impales him. So he dies, and I kind of thought, look, right, I know Superman's going to be coming back for Justice League, because he just is. Yeah, he just is. Let's face it, there's no Justice League without Superman. But leave him dead in this film. Revive him in the next film. Leave him dead in this film, right? The very, very last scene. The last scene. I was like, don't do it. Don't do it, because you ain't got enough time to explain it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Basically, Lois Lane throws some mud on Superman's coffin, walks away, and then a few grains of mud like float up in the air, so obviously he is like alive, and it's just like he literally got impaled under the influence of kryptonite, so he's essentially a human getting a massive bone spike through his chest, dying, and at the end of the film you're going to tell me actually he's alive. That was literally, honestly, I loved this film so much. I thought Ben Affleck, like I say, best Batman. Superman was solid. Wonder Woman, really interesting character. I liked the little intros to the other characters. Thought the story was really cool. They did have a lot going on, but it was cool. I found it easy to follow. I know a lot of people have said, "Oh, it's a mismatch, it's a splatterball." No. If you had your head screwed on, it's quite simple what was going on. Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, he really went for the insane route, but it was really good. How he did it, really, really cool. But yeah, just at the end, I was like, just don't do it. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to do an Inception. Is he, isn't he? Yeah. Just leave it. But they didn't. So that's my only bugbear, is that Superman's definitely alive. I knew he was going to be alive. It sounds ridiculous, really, saying it out loud, but I knew he was going to be alive. But just leave him dead for a bit, because honestly, if this was a standalone film, right, and that was how Superman died, like he does in the comics, if that was how Superman died, because of the music, the atmosphere, the build-up and stuff, where he gets impaled and incredible death. That would have been so suited to Superman. It would be a worthy death. Absolutely incredible. Right at the end, they're like, well, we can't leave him dead. Yes, you can. At least till the next film. That's my only bugbear, is that Superman died twice, but is alive. But yeah, sorry if this hasn't been very energetic. Obviously being in the kitchen isn't ideal, but it is 4 AM. I haven't slept in about 18 hours, no, 20 hours, so that's fun. But it was well worth it, and I just want to show you a few things. The camera's actually propped up on one of the things I want to show you, but my buddy Dan treated me, so I drove to the cinema. He treated me to a Superman combo where you got like a large drink, a large popcorn, but you got a bucket and a cup. So I've got a Batman, you can't really see it in the light, I've got a Batman v Superman cup, plastic cup, so I'll be using that a lot. You'll probably see it on the stream, I'll probably be drinking out of that a lot. And let me just grab this. So, oh shit. You've also got the Superman bucket. How fucking cool is that? And it's actually, yeah, let me get the fucking autofocus on. Look at that. Fucking sweet. But the best thing is it's like 3D, it actually indents out. Yeah, it's just a bucket and it did have popcorn in it. But yeah, so there we go. Yeah. But yes, this has been my Batman v Superman review. Obviously it's not ideal, but neither was the time. So it's not the highest quality I've ever done, but I hope you've enjoyed. I hope it's made sense. I'm very tired. But yeah, cool. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope you loved the movie. If you loved the movie, let us know down below. If you didn't like the movie, let us know down below. Let's have a discussion about this. What do you think? Huh? And also I'm going to leave you with a quick theory. I want to know what you think about this theory, right? Wonder Woman and Aquaman, Kryptonians, sent thousands of years ago to colonize Earth. I know it would rewrite the origin story, but they did rewrite the origin story for Doomsday, so they could rewrite it for those two. Ooh, get your brain ticking around that one. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, really appreciate it. And like us, subscribe to us, share all the videos, follow us on all the social medias. I'm going to go sleep. Thanks very much. See you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.